Hello. Hello. How are you?
Good.
Welcome back.
Thanks.
How you feeling?
Feel good? Ready to go?
When you got hurt, were you told this would be a 3-month process, and obviously you cut it down?
Yeah. Originally it was 12 weeks, and then we'll start to talk about it. But just like with any injury, you start to learn more about it and start to ask questions about things you can and can't do. What do we have to avoid in certain time periods post surgery, and just kind of take it as it goes.
Did you get creative to cut that time down, or?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. I think number one, I had a physical therapist in Nick and trainers, mainly Matt, that really understood what stressed the repair, what we could and couldn't do in certain time periods, and so we pushed it within the limits of what we could do, and kind of just based it on how I was feeling, how I was recovering, how it looked the next day after we pushed it, and just went from there.
How was last week for you, getting multiple full practices in and doing that for the first time?
Yeah, it felt good. I needed it. It felt good to get some live reps, both scout team and first team. And I think that'll serve me well this week, having a full week where, you're expecting to play and you're going through your preparation like you're going to play, and then that doesn't happen. So, but it's good to have that under your belt to then go into this week where you're not going to get a ton of full speed reps because it's a Thursday night against a team that I've played a million times. And I think that'll serve us well.
I think it was the unknown last week as you're pushing, I think, to play, and you don't know if it's going to happen or not. You've been in that situation.
Yeah, I've been in that spot before, and trust the decision makers and trust the medical people and everybody that was involved in the decision making, and I thought we made a good decision, and now this week we'll be reared up, ready to go.
Joe, just to be clear, you're planning on starting on Thursday, correct? That's
Correct.
the intention, okay?
Yeah.
You said that this would be very meaningful to come back on Thanksgiving. Why does this carry so much meaning to come back for this game specifically?
Number one, it's a division game. I got a lot of respect for the people on the opposite side of the ball, but when you play people twice a year, it's you get tired of them, you don't like them. It's a division rivalry. You got respect for them, but it's intense out there. It's something I wanted to be out there for. Playing on Thanksgiving is something I've always wanted to do, that I've pushed for in the past, and the NFL gave it to us, and then the injury happened, and thought I wasn't going to be able to play, and then as we got closer, I felt like it was a real possibility, so that's exciting to me, and it's a national stage to go out and prove yourself again after not playing for several weeks, and every opportunity that you get to go and prove all the hard work that you've put in, the type of player you are, is something that I try to take advantage of.
This is your second Thanksgiving Day game, correct? I believe 18 LSU A&M was Thanksgiving, correct?
Maybe. I don't remember if that was Thanksgiving or not.
What-
I don't remember playing on Thanksgiving before, but
Okay,
could be.
okay. What do you like about, what's so meaningful about that day specifically? Like, why have you always liked wanting to play on this day?
I think just like a lot of kids, you grow up going through Thanksgiving, you have your meals with your family, and then you go and sit on the couch, and typically there's not a lot on, except football. Back in the day, it was Lions and somebody. You go watch Matthew Stafford throw for 300, 400 some yards with Calvin Johnson and probably lose the game, but it was fun to watch. Those are memories that you have, and so I kind of always wanted to be the person out there.
You've done some really cool things in your career. Are you able to just appreciate how cool it is to come back from a major injury on a primetime Thanksgiving game? Is that particularly exciting for you?
Yeah, I think obviously the winning and the division championships that we've won are the most exciting things that we've done. But whenever you have an opportunity like this, against a divisional opponent that's won 5 straight, and you're playing on a Thursday night in front of the world. That's an exciting opportunity.
When did you make up your mind, regardless of what this team's record is or was going to be, that you were going to come back?
As soon as it happened, I was pushing to do everything that we could to try to get back on the field. I'm a football player. I get paid a lot of money to go and play a game with my friends, and we work really hard, and it's intense, and there's jobs on the line. But at the end of the day, it's a game, and I've worked hard to put myself in this position and get as healthy as I can be to go out and play with these guys, and that's something I wanted to do.
What are your thoughts when people say you're the franchise, you're the most important player in the organization, and you should be protected for next year and going forward beyond that? Do you understand why people feel that?
Yes, I understand why people feel that way, but if you look at it from my perspective, I'm a football player, and if I get hurt, I'm going to go through the rehab process, and then I'm going to let everybody know when I feel like I can go out there and play. I don't really know what else to say about that. I'm not going to ever go to somebody and say, yeah, I'm healthy, but I don't think I should go out there and play. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I'm not going to live my life and play this game scared of something happening. Like, yeah, something's going to happen. It's football. Guys are going to get hurt. Guys are going to get concussions. You're going to break bones, tear ligaments. It's a physical, intense game. That's part of this. And, yeah, I've had injuries. There's not a lot I can do about that. I work really hard to have that not happen, but what I can do is when it does happen, I can control how I'm attacking my rehab and attacking practice and doing everything in my power to get back as quickly as possible. That's what I did.
On the
You
other,
have to change anything about the way you play, like extending plays and being cautious with that, or you're out there and you just got to play the way you play?
We'll see. I think I'm feeling good enough to go out there and move and extend. Obviously, pick my spots when to do that and when not to. But I feel confident that in certain moments I'll be able to do that.
obviously Sunday probably tough loss for you to have to sit back and watch, but I mean with Pittsburgh losing as well, really didn't lose any ground in the division race. So at this point in time, if you guys are able to win out, probably a pretty good chance that you could still get in. Are you confident that you guys can run the table down the stretch?
I think we just got to take it one game at a time. I think, like you said, we pretty much have to win every game at this point. And the only way that you're going to do that is by attacking each week. Like, you have to be 1-0 that week and then move on to the next.
How hard has it been? I know the rehab and the injury and all of those things, but watching the team go through what they've gone through over the past 10 games or 9 games without you, how hard has it been?
Yeah, it's always tough when you're not out there and you can't contribute to winning or losing on the field. That's typically the hardest part about this whole thing. And, so yeah, it was tough. It was tough to watch from my position. Obviously, I want to be out there with everybody. So, but that's part of it.
How much have you picked Flacco's brain and tried to learn from him?
Yeah, I think whenever you have a guy that's played that long, you can, especially a guy that plays so much differently than you do, you can ask him what he thought in this situation, or how would you react to this or that. And he's played a long time and played at a high level, so that's something that I did take advantage of.
Going back to the earlier question about play style in general, just not even injury related, but just having been through it and once you get back to full strength fully, is there something that you thought about maybe I'd like to play a little bit differently? Have you assessed how you might like to play as a quarterback moving forward? Has that changed at all given what happened with this injury?
Yeah, you think about a lot of different things when, number one, you have time to think about them, and you watch a lot of games across the league, and you see who's playing well, who's not, what's working schematically, what isn't. You evaluate everything.
Joe, what's been your impression of the running game the last month and a half, and how instrumental can that be in kind of helping you ease your way back in?
Yeah, we got to keep building on that. That's been a positive of everything that's been going on. I think we've been physical. I think schematically we've done a lot of things to get an advantage in that realm, and we got to keep building on it. Chase is going to run like he runs. He's going to make people miss and have explosive plays. We just got to keep blocking the way that we are in the run game, and I think that momentum will carry.
I assume it's fair to say the toe's not 100%. Where would you put it right now?
It's tough to say. I feel confident that I can go out and do everything that I need to do to win a game.
Can you take us through, and this is going way back to the injury, but just take us through the play where you're looking at Ja'Marr and what was going on through your mind during that play? Obviously, you end up getting hurt on.
Yeah, that was you're trying to get the ball out, and some unexpected things happen that you can't really let it go, and then pocket starts to collapse, and you try to buy a little time, and then I just tried to give myself up, and my foot got caught in the turf, so unlucky.
Is there anything you could have done differently? I mean, he's obviously jammed up. It's not free. You're trying to hit him right away. Like quarterback-wise, is there anything that you would have done differently in that moment?
Hindsight's 20/20. You can't play a play or a game or a practice or anything worried about getting hurt or doing anything like that. So there's not anything I would have done differently in that play.
Safe to say this is an extremely unique situation where football expression is trains moving at 100 miles an hour and you're jumping onto a moving train at 100 miles an hour. Have you thought about that, about what you're going to have to do not only physically but mentally to get ready and be ready to play at that level?
Yeah, it's certainly a different mental space that you have to be in throughout the week to prepare the way you need to go out and play great. That's one of the reasons I wanted to get 2 full weeks of practice before I went out there and performed. And then, we were going to move up that timeline, and then obviously didn't end up playing last week, but, preparing that whole week like I was going to play, I think it's beneficial, putting yourself in that mental state to get back into the swing of things. It's an intense place to be at times, so I'm glad I had that week to feel that before Thursday.
In 2022 and 2023, you basically missed like 6 weeks of camp and came back and played with about 2 weeks of practice. Did that feel at all similar to this? Just in terms of missing a decent chunk of time and coming back with limited practice reps.
Yeah, maybe a little. I think I've had more practice this year. I went through a full training camp. I got preseason reps, played a game, played another quarter and a half, and then had 2 full weeks these last 2 weeks. So I think I'm probably in a more advantageous spot this time than that time. So I'm happy about that.
In 22, I think after y'all won the division, well, I think somebody asked you about the window. You said the window's your whole career. Has that changed in your mind after what's happened over the last 3 years? How much have you thought about that championship window, given what's happened now since you've made that statement to now?
Yeah, I think anytime any of us step foot on the field, we are confident that we can go and beat whoever. I'll never step foot on the field when I don't think we can win, when I don't think that I can go out and play great and put us in a position to win. The second that happens, then I shouldn't be playing anymore. So I'm always confident in myself and my teammates, for sure.
Whether it's this year or next year, whenever, what needs to happen from here on out to put y'all in position to be contending and in a position to be pushing towards the playoffs with better odds than where y'all have been this year and last year?
Players got to go play great. We got to go play. We have good coaches. There's not a scheme in the NFL that is so revolutionary that it's going to completely change the way a player plays the game. Coaches work really hard and are smart, and they work a lot of hours to put players in position to make plays. And at the end of the day, you have to go make plays, and you have to play great within that system. So at the end of the day, players have to take some accountability and go and play really good.
Joe, what went into the decision for you not to play on Sunday?
A lot of things. At the end of the day, it was Zach's decision. You know, we went into that week. I had a good workout early in the week. I was feeling good. And Wednesday, Thursday practice happened. I took a lot of reps. My body was pretty sore. Not necessarily my toe. My toe feels great, but just the rest of my body being back out there for so long. And I was confident that I could get that right in order to play on Sunday, but Zach ended up thinking that Thursday was better to wait the extra 4 days, and I think that was a good decision.
So if he said green light, you would have been prepared to do it.
Correct. I would have, but
I'm not trying to put you against Zach. I'm just
I gotcha. Yeah, it was at the end of the day, it was head coach's call.
Joe, in these final 6 games back here, is there anything you hope to prove to yourself or to the outside world in these final 6 games?
I just want to go and play well. I want to go and win games. That's what we try to do. Go make plays, get my guys the ball. I just want to go and play well.
How much did you miss it?
Yeah, you miss it. You miss it a lot. You know, it's tough to be in those situations. But I've been in that spot before. It's the first time is typically the hardest, and then second time a little less hard, but still hard. And then the third time you're like, come on, guys, like maybe we could stop doing this to me. But we got through it. We're back, and I'm feeling good about it.
Ja'Marr issued an apology yesterday. He seemed bothered by his actions. Do you think you'll see
A different intensity about him this week or Thursday night?
No, he's who he is. He's an intense, great player that he's going to go out and do what he does on the field. He's going to prepare the way that he does, no matter any extenuating circumstances. I don't think there's going to be much different.
The performances you and Lamar have had against each other, it's just so rare to see intra-division passers like this. You go back, Manning really never had that inter-division guy. Same with Brady. Do you acknowledge that might be a big part of your story someday when it's all said and done? These chapters with Lamar and these numbers that continue to pop up when you guys square off.
Yeah, for sure. I think obviously everybody sees how great of a player he is, and how hard he works and how he improves every single year. Obviously, I have a lot of respect for him and love competing against him. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
We've got Ja'Marr lined up and
Ja'Marr, you issued the statement yesterday on Instagram, the apology. Would you like to expand upon it or explain it, why you felt the need to issue the apology?
Just getting it out. Just giving a moment to apologize to everybody. Just letting myself get out of control, out of character. Basically messing over my name, organization, NFL, and everybody else associated with me. That's pretty much it, though.
Did you know in the moment that it happened? What kind of what kind of happened during the course of that play that led to you maybe going over the line? You thought?
I ain't gonna get all into detail and all that, but I know, of course.
I mean, one question that people did have is that you didn't mention Ramsey specifically by name in the apology. Was there any reason for that? Have you reached out to him? Has there been any conversations with Jalen about what happened?
No, we don't have no conversations, nothing like that. I ain't got no way to get in contact with him. So
What have you thought about being away from the facility over these last 7 days and kind of processing everything that's happened this season you've had up until this point? What have you thought about in the time away that you had?
Shit. I had so much time, I was bored. I didn't know what to, I was thinking about everything at that time, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't really one thing I'm thinking about. I'm just trying to watch the game, just worry about my, what I can't control at the end of the day. That's what I'm worrying about for real.
How hard was Sunday having to watch?
It wasn't hard watching the game at the end of the day. It was just, I guess I could finally say I know how Cincinnati fans feel watching the game. It was a little nerve-wracking for me. Usually when I'm in the game, it's not nerve-wracking, but watching it was for me, yeah.
Do you worry this is something that might follow you for a long time?
What might?
The suspension, what led to it?
No, I could care less for real, no.
Is there something you want to prove this week, or is it going to take longer to prove that that's not you? Do you go out there with a different?
At the end of the day, I don't really have nothing to prove of who I am. Either you like me or you don't. I could care less. I'm still going to go for it at the end of the day. I got kids. I got people to take care of, so I could really care less. So I'm going out there, be the same player I am, you know what I'm saying, and play football. At the end of the day, ain't nobody going to stop me from who I am.
How do you kind of is there a certain party that maybe recalibrates how to toe that line? You've been really passionate. You've gotten in it with guys before. Never really crossed it the way you did on Sunday. Have you kind of thought about how to maybe toe that line the way you want to best? How has that kind of been?
All I can say is there's limits when stuff happens. You know what I'm saying? There's limits. And it's a amount of limits people can control and they're going to allow. So that's all I can say about that.
How important was the support of not only Zach, but everybody in the locker room to you and getting through what has obviously been a pretty tumultuous and difficult week?
I really didn't have no conversation with nobody because I couldn't. But when I got back, everybody was, pretty much, cheering me on, just glad I'm back and let's get back to work, So it was a lot of positivity going around. So the only person that really had a chance to just text me was like T, checking up on me.
Ja'Marr, you and Joe are having different comebacks of sorts on Thursday night. How excited are you to play with him on Thursday?
It's good to have him back. I'm happy I got my friend back out there. Glad he back. I know he's excited for it. We're not a better game for him to come back and show what he can do.
Did you think he was going to play last week, like from afar when you're watching? Were you like, man, he's going to come back and I'm not going to be there?
Nah.
You didn't buy it?
Nah, I didn't. I ain't gonna lie. I don't think he. I know he wanted to play, but I don't think it was time though. But it's still okay though. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's health over wealth.
Is it time now?
I hope it's time. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's been a minute. They gave him another week to relax and get his stuff back under him. So his legs should be feeling good. Feet should be feeling good, and he should be ready.
If we had asked you last Thursday if Joe should have played Sunday, what would you have said?
I could say, can he play? Yes. Would he play? I don't know.
You've been pretty vocal in the past, like with the calf. You're like, listen, I'd like him to take some time, make sure he's fully 100%. He's still played anyways. How do you feel like he's grown in that regard in terms of maybe knowing when to push, when not to push, and listening to when other people say, hey, it might be best to take some extra time?
At the end of the day, it don't really matter what everybody else had to say about what his situation is because it's a him thing that feels everything that's going on within his body. So whatever the doctors tell him this amount of weeks that's going on, and if he could play after those weeks are up, at the end of the day, it's still up to him on if his body feels good enough to be in a physical game like that,
How important is it to have the reps with him, in the last few days, and that has to feel good to you overall?
Not really that many reps that I had with him. I think last week was when he had a little bit of a lot more of practicing, you know what I'm saying? So I wasn't there for none of it. And probably today will be the first time, we really get an opportunity to really connect on some stuff with him and so on, So we'll just see how it goes. It shouldn't go nowhere.
When you look back at kind of everything that happened in that Steelers game, what's probably, now you got a lot of time to think about, what's the thing you probably regret the most after, with how everything went from before, beginning, after?
Messing over my name. Like I said,
How tough was that to see that kind of being everywhere, the way that you were talked about, discussed in that way? Was that maybe the toughest part about it?
it's social media. Everybody got an opinion. Everybody gonna say something, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying. I keep my pointers on it. I watch it. I see who say stuff, and it is what it is. So I don't really care.
Something there to keep in the back of your mind moving forward?
No, not at all. No,
Do you think opponents are gonna try to bait you into more of that moving forward?
they could. They already do it. They've been doing it. Ain't nothing new. At the end of the day, I mean, like I say, it's a lot. It's stuff that you gonna allow and stuff that you're not gonna allow. It's a limit to everything.
Looking at Baltimore, it's been a little bit of a odd year for them defensively. You know, they were struggling earlier in the year, starting to kind of find their footing again on the defensive side. What have you seen from them, and how exciting is it for you to get back in a big division Thanksgiving game like this?
Yeah, it's not too. It's really not that much I know about Baltimore right now. Just overall looking at them. I got to get back and watch them a little bit more because I haven't watched them on any games yet on TV or nothing like that. But overall they always have a great defense, great up front, putting pressure, making it hard for the receivers. So we got to do a good job of just creating separation, and getting opportunities.
You said there's stuff you'll allow, stuff you won't
Say it again.
allow. You said there's stuff you'll allow, stuff you won't allow. I assume Jalen did something that you won't allow.
I'm sure it's probably something like that.
Care to disclose what he did?
Of course not.
Is it verbal or physical?
Safe to say, having the back of your teammates is pretty high on your priority list as a captain.
You said having my teammates back.
As a captain,
Yeah.
this team, having their back is pretty.
Pretty sure everybody know I'll be the first one to do something for them. So.
Is there a way that being a captain now maybe changes your lens on how these things go? And kind of how your team might need you in a different way than maybe it previously didn't when you weren't captain. Is that something that you calculate at all? Does that matter at all? What's that like? Kind of putting that into that.
I think me getting the captain role is making me a better person than who I am. That's what comes with it. Just because the guys pick me, it makes me grow too, and they helping me grow. So that's what comes with the captain role.
Joe talked about he liked playing on Thanksgiving. Did you ever grow up on Thanksgiving?
Yeah, that was always a cool thing. Growing up that in Christmas, so something pretty cool.
Did you have any big memories of watching games growing up as a kid? Guys you liked? Anything y'all did?
No, not really. No, not no great memories like that. No.
Goes back. You're back after a 1-game absence. Do you feel like over the final 6 weeks you guys can go on a run here?
This was just the best opportunity to do it. You know what I'm saying? Messed out on a couple games early in the season, but we got to take advantage of what's in front of us and execute as best as we can. These wins.
I'm sorry. I've
Good.
seen you talk a couple of times to Chase Brown, and you guys are obviously becoming really close. What have you appreciated about the way he's grown? Maybe, I don't know, some leadership qualities as well, but what have you appreciated about the way he's attacked the game lately?
Overall, Jake just been good to lean on for the game. Asking questions, coverages when I come to the sideline. Just overall, any tips, any details I could get from Jake, he does really good at of helping. And I really do appreciate him for stuff like that.
I'm sorry, Chase Brown.
Okay, Chase Brown. Honestly, man, Chase has been playing incredible this year. Overall, I mean, when I got back to the locker room, I told him how good he played last game. So I just want to make sure I'm positive to him, keep it going, keep that momentum he has, keep building off it, and make the offense better.
What's the biggest thing this team wants to accomplish? Given where y'all at in the record, how many games are left? What do y'all want to go out and do most over these next 6 weeks?
The biggest thing is just pushing for the AFC championship. That's the biggest thing. Trying to win a division as best as we can. We know we played one team already, so we got to get after it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's not that many other games we have that's in the way for the division. So the ones that we do have, we got to capitalize on it.
Zach already said yesterday you guys won't have T Thursday night. How much harder? It's not the first time he's missed games. How much harder is it for you when he's not opposite?
A lot more zone, I would say. There's a lot more zones, and really just six strong when T was in a lot. you know what I'm saying, and play quarters and a lot of two. But now it might be like maybe some man with double if T's not out there. You know, it'd probably play man with everybody else and just double me. You know, who knows though? So we got wins.
It's really rare that you see star receivers get to stay together, have the relationship together, especially given how that position can go sometimes. Why do you and T get along so well when that's not always the case around the league?
I think it's just because we both not selfish at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? We both know what it takes to be a receiver. We know how hard it is being a receiver. We don't fight over the ball, nothing like that. Even when there's plays that we might mess up on and we know that that person getting the ball, we might end up switching it on accident. And, you know, so it's never a moment where we both fighting for the ball.
You referenced your teammates in your statement. Did you let that stand, or did you get up in front of the team and say anything?
No, I didn't get in front of the team or nothing like that yet, no.
You say not yet.
No, I didn't do none of that yet or anything.
Thanks, Ja'Marr.
Thank you, Ja'Marr.
Cool.
Thanks, Mark.